Wait. So what even is Hytale? See, I've played on Hypixel for about 10 years, and for ages I've heard about this game, but I've never actually understood what it was. But it's okay, because today I decided that I'm gonna force myself to learn what Hytale actually is. Should be fun. They better make this game. As of November 17th, Hytale is saved. You've probably seen this news all over your feed, but what does it actually mean? I mean, the game's first trailer released just under 7 years ago. At this pace, all those GTA 6 comments are now gonna say, we got this thing before Hytale. If you're at all confused about any of this, well, look no further, because I'm gonna try to clear everything up and explore what Hytale even is, how it died in the first place, and what the future has in store. Well, to put it simply, imagine if Minecraft and Terraria had a kid that was adopted and raised by Roblox. No? Alright, fair enough. Well, according to Hytale.com, the game blends the freedom of a sandbox with the momentum of an RPG. Sandbox meaning non-linear progression, where you choose what you want to do, and RPG meaning role-playing game, where you play as one of the game's characters and experience and interact with the world as said character. Alright, to be honest, that definition doesn't really narrow it down, so let's just look at the actual game. Visually, it's blocky, very Minecraft adjacent, but it offers things that Minecraft just can't. And yeah, I've seen people call this Minecraft 2.0, but that honestly feels irresponsible. Minecraft's modding experience is so limited. If you want to join a modded server, well, you have to go online and download each and every mod, risking getting hacked each time. This means that popular servers have to rely on extremely limited plugins or in-game commands. And that's why you may feel like games are kind of unpolished when playing on servers like Hypixel, which happens to be the server that founded Hytale, because of these very limitations. The limitations that are tied to Minecraft. Hytale, on the other hand, is going to have modding at the center of its infrastructure, with every aspect of the game being customizable through mods, and mods loading up when you join a server. So saying it's Minecraft 2.0 gives Minecraft way too much credit. Love you though. I do understand people saying that though. I mean, it's again founded by a Minecraft server and shares the voxel design, but Hytale is built on 3 distinct game modes: adventure, multiplayer, and creative. Okay, I get how creative may sound even more like a Minecraft clone, but that's actually what sets Hytale apart the most. But before we get into how, let me explain the other 2, starting with adventure mode. Adventure mode is probably what you'd expect from this game. You spawn in one of the 3 possible zones, and the main goal is to survive. In doing so, you'll have to craft better equipment, defeat different bosses and monsters, build shelter, stuff like that. But on top of the core mechanics, you can actually pick a playstyle and stick to it. The options on the wiki are a settler, adventurer, or a craftsperson, but I doubt that these are the only ones players will come up with. Oh, and you can play co-op with your friends and journey through the vast biomes together. When I only kind of knew what Hytale was, this is what I thought of. And to be honest, I'd play it just for this. But at the end of the day, this was made by Hypixel, so of course, there's also multiplayer. Now okay, if you've played Minecraft multiplayer, this is basically just a massively upgraded version of that. You can join Hytale's official minigames or community servers, just like in Minecraft. But unlike in Minecraft, those servers' developers have a ton of customization options. I'm talking custom gravity, mods, NPCs, biomes, even a custom camera angle. There are also a bunch of technical things that make this a massive upgrade to Minecraft, but if I were to try to explain those, you would either click off the video or I would summon hundreds of angry programmers, so to prevent the chaos, I'm just going to leave some sources in the description if you'd like to read more, and please comment down below if you have other insight. But now it's time for the 3rd and final game mode, being creative. Creative mode is awesome. This is where the sandbox aspect really comes into play. You'll be able to create adventure maps, new mobs, custom GUIs, your own animations, or entire server experiences. From what I understand, and please correct me if I'm wrong on this, but this is a lot like an improved version of Roblox's game creation engine with a much higher skill ceiling. I haven't used the Roblox one much, actually at all, but my incredibly talented 10-year-old brother has shown me some games and cutscenes he's made in it, and that seems really cool, but this seems way better. It's awesome that something like this can teach kids the ins and outs of game development, and those same kids can move up to using Hytale's built-in scripting language to learn programming. Also, because I'm a film kid, I love the animation aspects and the creativity that could encourage. But just because this is going to be a great way for kids to learn and start creating, doesn't mean industry professionals can't have some fun in this mode too. You'll have access to all the game's assets to create whatever you can come up with, builds, mini games. The sky is the limit. And this is what excites me the most about the game. And to me, this is also what makes me think that this game will have a long and successful life once it comes out. Because for a game that's been in development for 10 years, I think that Hytale is the most deserving of the Roller Coaster of Emotions award because of just how many highs and lows that anticipating fans have experienced. Which leads me to... Hytale's death was a long and kind of predictable process. See, back in 2020, Hypixel Studios, the studio that's, making Hytale, was acquired by Riot Games. Yeah, the folks who are responsible for all the games you pretend not to play. And this acquisition is widely believed to have created additional challenges, like internal pressures to make the game into something that it wasn't meant to be. But obviously, Riot isn't the only reason it failed. There was also the issue of devs being too ambitious, which led to them spending too much time on internal tools and processes instead of, making a playable game. And this is kind of funny to look back on because this misguided focus led to the game seeming more like Roblox 2.0, when players really just wanted an upgraded Minecraft that had broader modding capabilities. But the developers aren't entirely to blame. I mean, they also had to rewrite their entire game engine, which is not an easy task. Yet, when the news dropped in July of this year, fans were shocked, hurt, somewhere at least. I mean, as this post in the r/Hytale info subreddit outlines, if you were paying attention, the signs were already painfully obvious. The post then goes on to reference this blog post from the Hytale team that does a technical deep dive into the brand new launch pads. The Reddit user explains that they were showing the world exactly why they were failing. They had built a development culture that was obsessed with collaboration, process, and internal tooling, and had completely lost track of the actual game. And if you're a creative, you know exactly what this is like. You get so in your head on the minutia and the shit that realistically isn't that important that you forget about the broader project you're working on. Because it feels awesome and exciting to accomplish things that no one else has done, but a playable game is much more meaningful than a privately accessible feature. And I'm not the only one who thinks so. To prove this, I could point to the over 50,000 Discord server members, I could point to the dozens of famous YouTubers who want this game, or I could point to the man who started it all. Simon Hypixel Collins LaFlamme, who also happens to be the man that's gonna save Hytale. That's right, Hytale's death was greatly exaggerated. But Simon couldn't just start Hytale development back up, because the rights were still owned by Riot Games. In fact, he wasn't even able to know where development was at. But he knows what the game can become, and just how many people believe in it. So with tons at stake and possibly nothing to gain, he and the other co-founder, Philippe Touché, bought Hypixel Studios back. And this time, things are going to be done right. Just in the announcement post alone, we've seen levels of transparency that Hytale has never really had. In the post, the team outlined the current state of the game, and some big changes that they're making, such as getting the game in the hands of the people as soon as possible. They're not worried about releasing a perfect product. If Notch had that concern, we probably would have never gotten Minecraft. The reason Minecraft's launch was able to happen at a live event in Las Vegas was because players fell in love with the alpha and beta versions of the game. And that also meant that developers were able to get feedback and improve the game. I mean, as Jared from Silicon Valley, and no one else, once said, if you're not mortally embarrassed by the quality of your initial release, you've released too late. Part of getting it out as quickly as possible means that the Hytale team is reverting to the older legacy game engine, which means that the game is actually closer to what we were promised and, again, will come out way sooner. The only drawback to this is that cross-platform gameplay will be delayed by a good bit, but I prefer one platform to none. And luckily, the team also recognizes that moddability is extremely important for this game, stating that modding is a top priority, along with, providing tools so that anyone, no matter their skill level, can start creating mods and creating skill sets. A week ago, I didn't care about Hytale. Sure as hell didn't wonder if it'd be back. But now I'm excited for what this game can be, and I'm excited to play it as soon as I can, which, as of Monday, shouldn't be too long at all. If you want to see why Hytale's modding matters, well, check out this video right here where I break down how dangerous Minecraft mods can be. Or if you're curious about another Hypixel related game that somehow isn't dead after 6 years, well, you can watch this one instead. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.